So let's all just take a guess of when this movie was actually filmed. That's got to be before the conflict, right? Right? Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon reviewing The Machine. So what's this movie about? Pretty simple premise. Burt Kay, we're following his true life story of this machine and his downfall with his daughter. Do I know that his daughter-father relationship happened in real life with the whole live streaming, with him being high and drunk? I don't know. I truly have no freaking clue what is real and what isn't. Is this machine storyline really real? Or is it more of a comedy act that he's just now kind of like, oh shit, let's make it into a real story? No clue. We'll see what it is. But this movie's about him having to go to Russia to find this watch that he stole back in college. And now the Russian mob's involved. His daughter might get killed. And his father, Mark Hamill, is there for the ride. So do I like this film? All right. Like I said in my short reviews, that I thought the trailer looked horrible. I mean, I thought the trailer looked like really bad. I'm like, this is going to be no funnies at all. However, coming out of the theater, I go, there were some good funnies, some good violent moments, funny gore. So I was like, I actually came out going, that's a serviceable movie. Very serviceable. So let's talk about the positives. Like I said, I do think some jokes do land. It's pretty funny. There's some good Florida jokes in there. The whole Mark Hamill father being a carpet business in like Southwest Florida. There's some good gags there as well. Going through the adventure of going through Russia and seeing some people at the same time. Yeah. Okay, that's a pretty funny joke. That's a funny joke. So when I say some of the jokes were funny, some of the jokes weren't funny, but however, some of them weren't. But we're just going on later on. The action. I was not expecting this level of action as well as gore. And I think that really shocked and put a smile on my face as well. Because some of the gunplay was really good, especially with the girl Russian. She was doing some really hardcore stuff as well. And then some of the hand-to-hand combat was actually filmed decently, but you could tell some of it wasn't full punches. So I could give it some, leeway because this really is an action movie. You call it an action comedy, but it ain't no John Wick. And I did appreciate some of the stuff where the edits were very few and far between. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And I did enjoy that for what I was expecting from this film. Mark Hamill does a good job. It felt like he was doing more of a Joker voice instead of a Mark Hamill voice, but I don't know. I don't know anything about Mark Hamill's, his filmography of what voices he does or what he really sounds like. Is he supposed to sound like Luke or is he supposed to sound like the Joker? I don't know. I don't care, but I thought he did a good job as well. And I think the story itself about, the family aspect of him trying to get with his daughter and trying to mend his relationship with his wife, I do think there's a good message in there about maybe I need to cut back on the alcohol. Maybe I need to cut back on the drugs. This party lifestyle can't last forever. So there is a good message there as well. So when going to the negatives, I do think this didn't need to be a 2-hour movie. If you took about 10 minutes out, I would think it would be a little bit better film. Like I said, also some of the action set pieces, some of them were good, but some of them weren't. Especially there's one scene where Bert's character, Mark Hamill's character, is like crawling through this casino, like talking extremely loud. It's like, okay, those people would have totally heard where they were at. And when they were firing the guns at a roulette wheel, there's no way a roulette wheel would be a shield like he was joking with Captain America. Also, if the people were smart and they know there was something here, they would go for the legs. So I understand, like I said, this is not supposed to be a real action movie, but just glaring flaws like that really bother me, where it's like, oh, are these now stormtroopers? Like, are we kind of making fun of, stormtroopers because of Mark Hamill's in the movie Star Wars? I don't know. And then some of the humor just wasn't my just cup of tea. So I was like, okay, that's fine. That's a fine humor. Some people were laughing there, some people were laughing there, but I just wasn't, which is fine. Humor is very subjective. And even if you find the most funniest comic ever, there's always gonna be that one joke during their set where you're just like, that was a fine joke. So I mean, that's the same thing with the movie. So like if I'm watching like Kevin Hart live, or I've watched Chris Rock live, or Dave Chappelle live, some of the stuff you're just like, okay, I get what you're saying there. I had a chuckle there. So it's like, yeah, same way with this movie. You're not going to get a full-fledged laugh. Not all the jokes are going to hit, and that's okay. Especially with the movie when I watched the trailer and I'm like, this looks like trash. So I went in with an open mind. I came out going, I could watch that again. I truly could. So overall, The Machine was a pleasant surprise. Some good jokes, good message overall, and there's a good gore scene with fisting. Not what you think, but that's all I'm going to tell you. Bad. Some choreography wasn't there. Understandable. I don't know what this director's background was, so it's hard to fault the person, as well as, just some flaws overall of like, that's too long. That's unbelievable. But like I said, I was expecting a way worse film. So The Machine will receive a 3 out of 5 Bafutons, which equals at 60%. So let's see the critics' news scores gave this one. So there's still very few critics, 99% positive with the audience. There's 2 critics down below, and they're both a negative. One gave it a 0.5 out of 4, and one of them says it's crude, boring, and obnoxiously stupid. A 0.5 out of 4, I don't think I could give it that at all. But like I said, I walked out going, it's serviceable. So right now, a 0, 60, 99. You can't get any more on the range than that. What the balls? Chase Huck with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what things Bluefuton you Bluefuton. Think about a great day. I can watch this today, tomorrow, week from now, month from now, a year from now. I love every single freaking one of you. And are you going to watch The Machine? If I had to choose right now, I haven't seen About My Father. I'm about to watch that right now. I think The Machine is going to be a better film. Just my opinion right now.